Ever heard of a beauty queen who saved an entire nation? This isn't a fairy tale, it's the incredible true story of Esther. Let's journey back to ancient Persia, a vast empire ruled by the mighty king Ahasuerus. After dismissing his queen, the king launched a kingdom-wide search for a new one. Among the hopefuls was a young Jewish woman named Hadassah, known to us as Esther, with her stunning beauty and graceful spirit. She instantly captured the king's heart and was crowned queen, all while keeping her Jewish heritage a secret on the advice of her wise cousin Mordecai. Life in the palace was lavish, but a dark shadow was looming. The king's most trusted advisor was a cruel and arrogant man named Haman. Haman despised the Jews, especially Mordecai, who refused to bow to him. Consumed by hatred, Haman manipulated the king, convincing him to sign a decree to annihilate all Jews in the empire on a specific day. A death sentence was issued for an entire people. When Mordecai heard the news, he was devastated and sent a desperate message to Esther. He urged her to go before the king and plead for her people. This was a life-or-death risk. Approaching the king uninvited was punishable by death, even for the queen. Esther was terrified, but Mordecai's words echoed in her mind. Who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this? Finding strength in her faith, Esther asked all the Jews to fast and pray with her for 3 days. Then, dressed in her most beautiful royal robes, she courageously walked into the king's inner court. Seeing her, the king's heart softened, and he extended his golden scepter, a sign of favor. Esther's plan was in motion. She invited the king and Haman to 2 private banquets. At the second banquet, with Haman feeling smug and secure, Esther finally made her move. "If I have found favor with you, your majesty," she said, "grant me my life, this is my petition, and spare my people, this is my request. For I and my people have been sold to be destroyed." The king was stunned. Who is he? Where is the man who has dared to do such a thing? Esther looked directly at Haman and declared, "An adversary and enemy. This vile Haman." The king's rage was immense. The very gallows Haman had built to execute Mordecai became his own. The king then issued a new decree, allowing the Jews to defend themselves against their enemies. When the day of destruction arrived, the Jews were victorious, and their sorrow turned into celebration. This great deliverance is still commemorated today in the festival of Purim. Esther's story reminds us that courage, faith, and standing up for what's right can change the course of history. Thanks for watching. If you were inspired by this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. At